questions, we have answers.
Listen carefully.
You can't really be against hydrofracking and say you're an environmentalist because immediately the default options are fuels that are much less clean.
For the next hour, Shawn Wilson explores the energy industry with news and interviews from around the corner and around the globe.
Nuclear is one of the directions that we should innovate in.
The Exploring Energy Show begins now.
And a very, very good Monday morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Shawn Wilson. It's the Exploring Energy Radio Show. And here's what's on the Elk City Meals on Wheels menu on this Monday morning, the 15th payday. Woo, for some. Chicken strips, mashed potatoes and gravy, corn, biscuit, and applesauce was what's on the menu at Elk City Meals on Wheels. Again, chicken strips, mashed potatoes and gravy, corn, biscuit, applesauce. Everyone is welcome. Senior citizens meals just $7. Regular meals $8. That includes your dessert, your tax, your drink, the whole ball of wax. They're open from 11 to 1 Monday through Friday. Located at 1510 West 9th Street. And call in your order 225-5821. Or if you feel inclined to help out a great organization, it's tax deductible. You can do that. Give them a call again, 225-5821. Or if you go eat there, that helps them out as well. Also, it is Donut Monday here at the station, thanks to SK Donuts. It's time to make your Monday sweet. Head to SK Donuts in Elk City, your local donut spot. Freshest, fluffiest donuts in town. From classic glaze to cream and jelly filled, there's a treat for everyone, and their kolaches are both delicious and affordable. Located at 1926 West 3rd Street, they have a drive-thru. Fresh, local, delicious. Open 7 days a week, 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. Call 243-9626 for specialty orders, 580-243-9626. Don't dread Mondays. Don't not worry. Be happy at SK Donuts. It's love at first bite. Nominate a Christmas hero. Tell us their story at KECOFM.com. Each one of those selected will receive a $250 prize pack from one of our KECO sponsors. It's time to spotlight these people. I know they don't do it for the spotlight, but it's still nice to be able to recognize them and tell them thank you in this manner. Nominate a Santa's Christmas hero, KECO's 96.5 FM on KECOFM.com. We'll post photos on Facebook. We already have given away a couple of those. And so, again, nominate a hero. Tell us their story. You have until deadline, December 23rd, 11:59 p.m. in the Carnegie Library for free books. Call 225-0136. Friends of the Carnegie Library, you'll throw them in the Carnegie Caravan. Bring them right to you. You're in the Elk City area, free. If you have trouble reading regular print, ask them about their free program that can help. That number again, 225-0136. Christmas in the Park. Christmas in the Park last Friday and Saturday this week, the 19th and 20th. You can enjoy the nighttime miniature golf and that brand new golf course. So nice. Horse-drawn carriage rides. Also the double-decker bus. Santa and Mrs. Claus will be there. Candy Cane Express train. Centennial Carousel. The Holly Jolly Trolley. And the Cub Scouts with their famous hot cocoa. Again, this is your last chance for Christmas in the Park. You can drive through and check out all the Christmas lights until the first of the year. But this is the last Friday and Saturday of festivities there at Christmas in the Park. And this week, they're doing that ribbon cutting ceremony at the Elk City Airport Terminal and Hangar, dedicating that at 101 Norman Martin Boulevard. This Wednesday, December 17th, 10:30 a.m. A lot of dignitaries on hand. Get out there and check it out. It's a wonderful facility. They've done a fantastic job on it. Okay, get right to it here on this Monday morning. I'll just dispense it out of the way. My Chiefs, they bowed out yesterday. Still enjoying what they've brought to me as a fan over the last several years, and then just praying for Patrick Mahomes' quick healing. Okay, Alaska LNG wins early federal approval. We're going to talk about that after I give you the Baker Hughes rig count and some energy stock prices. Start out this morning, everything down just a skosh. West Texas Intermediate down 34 cents, trading at $57.10 on a December contract. January contract, Brent crude oil on the ICE Futures Exchange out of London down 32 cents, still north of $60, trading at $60.80 a barrel. Tocrom crude oil in Japan is staying static at 60,950 yen per kiloliter. New York Mercantile Exchange natural gas down 3 cents, still north of $4, trading at $4.08 per million BTU. RBOB gasoline on a December contract is down 83 cents to 174.38. Heating oil on the New York Merc is down 40 cents to 219.40. And gas oil on a December contract, New York Mercantile Exchange down $3.75, trading at $625.50 per metric ton. Okay, the Baker Hughes rig count. Well, the oil and gas rig count holds steady in Oklahoma and it's down just a little bit in the U.S. While the nation's oil and gas rig count declined slightly over the past week, drilling activity remains steady here in Oklahoma. The latest Baker Hughes rig count released on Friday showed Oklahoma's count stayed at 41 active drilling rigs. The national rig count dropped by 1. The number of oil rigs rose by 1 to 414. The number of natural gas rigs declined by 2 to 127. The miscellaneous or geothermal rig count remained at 7, and the offshore total fell by 2, down to 17 from 19 a week ago. Year-over-year comparison, a loss of 68 oil rigs from 1 year ago. 41 rigs below last year's total of 589. But we did have a gain of 24 natural gas rigs and an increase of 3 geothermal or miscellaneous rigs, if you will. Texas continues to lead all states with 228 rigs, an increase of 2 from the previous week. New Mexico's count dropped by 3 to 104 rigs, while North Dakota held steady at 27 on the Baker Hughes rig count. In other states, Louisiana added 1 to reach 47 rigs. Colorado fell by 1 to 12 active drilling rigs. The Kansas drilling rig report, according to the Red Top Rig Report, increased its count by 2. They have now 15 rigs drilling in Kansas. Other state rig counts hold steady. California remained at 8 rigs. Alaska stayed at 9 rigs. Ohio added 1 to reach 14 active drilling rigs. Pennsylvania remained at 18. Utah continued with 13 active drilling rigs in Utah. West Virginia remained at 7, and Wyoming held steady at 15 active drilling rigs. This is your Baker Hughes rig count here on this Monday morning. Okay, back to this Alaska. This Alaska LNG wins early federal approval, clearing final permit for the 800-mile pipeline. We talked about this last week. Federal regulators have completed all environmental and permitting reviews for the $40 billion Alaska LNG project, clearing the way for its 800-mile gas pipeline and export terminal. The long-delayed project aims to deliver North Slope gas, natural gas, to global markets and strengthen U.S. energy security. The Federal Permitting Improvement Steering Council announced on December 11th that it has completed all federal approvals for the Alaska LNG project, finalizing a permitting process that began in 2017, clearing one of the largest infrastructure projects in modern U.S. history. The NOAA Fisheries, the National Oceanic reviewed and renewal issued December 10th, marked the final authorization required under the federal Fast 41 process. The project includes that 800-mile natural gas pipeline from Alaska's North Slope to a liquefaction and export terminal in south central Alaska, capable of delivering up to 3.5 billion cubic feet per day of natural gas for domestic use and for global export. I'm thrilled to see the Alaska LNG project finish, federal permitting actions ahead of schedule, said Permitting Council Executive Director Emily Dominich, after delays during the previous administration. Alaska LNG returned to Fast 41 coverage to help navigate to the complexities of the federal permitting process. Anyway, that $40 billion project, sponsored by 8 Star Alaska LLC and Glenn Farney-led consortium, is designed to unlock the state's North Slope gas reserves, create long-term jobs, and expand energy access for both Alaskans and for our international partners. This project strengthens U.S. energy security, creates jobs for Alaskans, and reinforces our commitment to a permitting system that works at the speed of American innovation, said Interior Secretary Doug Burgum. So this fast track, this Fast 41 permitting framework is something that is good. I think that a lot of these people, they sue to stop these things. just to stop the things. You know, they don't really have a real cause. And I'm glad to see that this deal. But when we come back, I'm going to talk about the U.S. House passes a bill to fast-track natural gas pipeline permitting intrastate. So we're going to talk about that more as the Monday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show continues right after this.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
It's time to make your Monday sweet. Head to SK Donuts, your local donut spot with the freshest, fluffiest donuts in town. From classic glaze to cream and jelly filled, there's a treat for everyone. And their kolaches are both affordable and delicious. SK Donuts on West 3rd Street in Elk City. Fresh, local, delicious. Don't dread Mondays? Don't not worry. Be happy at SK Donuts. Open 7 days a week, 5 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Hey folks, this is EJ Grediman with ASCO Equipment out of Elk City, Oklahoma. If you need rental equipment, I got your back. From excavators to wheel loaders, telehandlers, and forklifts, we rent the brands that you know and trust. With flexible terms, responsible service, and expert support, we're here to keep your job on track. Need equipment? We're on it here at ASCO Equipment. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by our Elk City branch, 513 West 20th here in Elk City, Oklahoma, or you can just give me a call, 580-243-9233. Appreciate it, folks, and y'all have a blessed day.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at Windy Nissan of Elk City. If you're looking for a great deal on a new or used vehicle, you can find it right here at Windy Nissan. With payments starting as low as $249 a month, no payments up to 90 days, as little as $0 down approvals, and also enjoy up to $7,500 off new 2025 Nissan Pathfinders, Armadas, and Muranos in stock here at Windy Nissan of Elk City. Windy Nissan has a great selection of inventory available with over 200 new and used vehicles to choose from. We have half-ton four-wheel drive pickups. We have diesel four-wheel drive trucks. We have large SUVs. We have small SUVs, your affordable sedans for your first-time drivers. We truly have something for everybody here at Windy Nissan of Elk City, Oklahoma. And with over 30 banks to choose from, we have financing for nearly everyone. You can view all of our inventory right here at 114 Access Road in Elk City, Oklahoma, or at windynissan.com. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
So if you're a farmer and need a hose built, you can come in, we'll build it. Oilfield customer and need us to come out and see you, we'll come out and see you and take an order or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk, and my company is American Hose and Supply. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings, oilfield or agriculture. You needed a hose like yesterday. We will stop what we're doing, and if we got to go to our Oklahoma City shop and get it, we'll do that. And I've done that for a lot of my customers. The business I've done with the Oilfield, they got to see your face. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever the customer prefers, that's what we're going to do. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings. In the Oilfield, sometimes you get a call for a crazy, hey, can you get this? And you go find it for them. American Hose and Supply. Come by and see us at 2111 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, in the Camrock Building next to Fred's.
Or call 303-1123.
Solves that problem.
For garage doors, repairs, and more, call C&M Overhead Door at 580-515-1688.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
This show brought to you in part by Sustaining Oklahoma's Energy Resources. SOAR, part of the Oklahoma Energy Resources Board. They've got a lot of upcoming educational opportunities. Here's the next one coming up. It is registered now for Tier 2 reporting. It's going to happen January the 14th, right after the first of the year. This training covers the purpose and requirements of the Emergency Planning and Community Right to Know Act Tier 2 reporting program, emphasizing when and how facilities must report hazardous chemical inventories in Oklahoma. That's going to be happening January the 14th. Get yourself registered before January 13th, close of business. Also in January 29th, SPCC training, spill prevention, control, and countermeasure, SPCC plan. This will teach you how to do it, staying compliant. A lot of changes. January 29th, SPCC training. Both of these are Zoom meetings. Now the Tier 2 reporting, that starts at 10 a.m. That's an hour earlier than most. Most of them start at 11. The Tier 2 reporting starts at 10 a.m. It's a Zoom meeting. Sustaining Oklahoma's energy resources, part of the OERB. Go to www.soer.oerb.com. That's SOER, SOER.oerb.com. And David Allen Guest, if you have minerals and royalties and you're needing some help, you're needing to get somebody to come in there and get you the most out of your royalties, well, this is your guy. And he's a man you can trust, a man of integrity and immense knowledge in managing minerals and royalties. Over the past 40-plus years, he's been doing it for himself and others. He can help you navigate through every aspect of it, give you back that time that you spend doing it. And if you don't spend time doing it, you need to have somebody who does. He'll get you the most out of your royalties. Did you catch that part? And a man you'll be glad you're doing business with. He is an investment, not an expense. And if you find yourself in a situation to liquidate or sell your royalties or minerals, David's a trusted buyer of royalties from estates, probates, trusts, bankruptcies. Will not take advantage of you. Help you walk through that process also. David Allen Guest, call him today, 405-341-8698, 405-341-8698. Tell him we sent you. Look him up on the interweb. Farmers use a lot of oil every season. Oilfield company uses a lot of oil all the time. Camrock's oil is the same. It's the same specifications and lubricates the same as the designer brands, but Camrock's oil costs a lot less. Folks who use a lot of oil save a lot of money with Camrock. Camrock Supply on South Main Street in Elk City next to Fred's Steakhouse. Online, Camrock, C-A-M-Rock, CamrockSupply.com. All one word, Camrock Supply. Locations in Elk City, Oklahoma City, Midland, Texas, Ulysses, Kansas. 3 local guys with local ties just doing business with their community. Okay, as I had promised, the U.S. House of Representatives passes bill to fast-track natural gas pipeline permitting intrastate. This out of Reuters. The U.S. House of Representatives Friday voted 213 to 184 to pass a bill that aims to speed up federal permitting of interstate natural gas pipelines by designating the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, the FERC, as the lead agency in the process. The Improving Interagency Coordination for Pipeline Reviews Act gives the agency the authority to weigh water quality assessments in its environmental review process instead of having to wait for a separate certification under the Clean Water Act from states, which has prolonged the permitting process. This bill is one of several pieces of legislation aimed at speeding up permitting in Congress. Another bill called Promoting Efficient Review for Modern Infrastructure today also passed with bipartisan support. Okay, why is it important? Well, passing these broad permitting reform legislation is becoming a priority for Congress in the coming years. Lawmakers seek to speed up the process to build out energy infrastructure needed to power growing demand for electricity from data centers and to lower household energy costs, which have risen as a consequence. The FERC traditionally has 5 panel members who are nominated by presidents and approved by the Senate. For years, it has approved most of the natural gas pipelining decisions that have come before it. Here's a key quote. These bills help unlock the infrastructure America needs to meet growing demand for affordable, reliable energy, American Petroleum Institute President Mike Summers said in a statement. So what's next? Well, the Senate is undertaking the separate effort to reform energy permitting, which would be broader than the bills that passed the House. The Senate is focusing on legislation that would reform the National Environmental Policy Act, the bedrock environmental law for projects like upgrading electric transmission lines and pipelines. We've got to maintain the infrastructure, folks. If we don't, we're in trouble. That's what separates us from a lot of countries worldwide is not only do we have the natural resources available and the expertise to bring those to the top of the ground and push them down a sales line, we need the infrastructure. I was amazed at how old the pipelines were in the United States when I first started researching for this show. And it was just like most of them predated 1950. It's time. It's time we get bigger, better, newer infrastructure, get it put in the ground, get it to where we can get this natural gas and this oil where it needs to go quicker, safer, and more economically. move these hydrocarbons. So the government under Trump, which was one of his campaign promises, was that, drill baby drill was, what they stuck with. But what he was talking about was really all of it. The natural gas infrastructure, the electricity upgrades to the grid, and those kind of things. We need to continue to make that happen. Well, our very own Governor Stitt says Trump was wrong to cancel wind projects. President Trump just ran into criticism from Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt over his elimination of wind energy projects across the United States. You cannot weaponize these things and just for political purposes put your thumb on the scale, Stitt said while speaking at Semaphores Powering America's Future event, reported the Oklahoma Watch. It's very disappointing, Stitt said. He told the Semaphores Ben Smith when asked about the administration's efforts to kill wind projects, like a nearly finished project in Rhode Island and Connecticut that just looks like politics when you're canceling those. The administration cancellation of the wind projects wasn't the only criticism that Stitt had for what's happening to energy projects in the U.S. The governor also had some pointed words for the Obama and Brandon administrations over the cancellation of the Keystone XL pipeline, adding that Americans are generally frustrated with the uncertainty surrounding energy projects as the administrations change from one to the next. I think most Americans, they're so frustrated with the pendulum swinging from one side to another, he said. Stitt said he has raised the issue of wind projects in conversations with Energy Secretary Chris Wright. We've got to be agnostic on these issues, he continued. The governor commented following a federal judge's decision this week against the president's order, claiming it was unlawful. U.S. District Court Judge Patty B. Saris ruled in a lawsuit brought by 17 states. The Trump's wind order would have affected Oklahoma, a state with more than 50 separate wind farms. The order was one of the president's early executive orders that had canceled wind energy projects throughout the nation. It included the cancellation of offshore wind projects and the issuance of new leases. He issued the order January 20th, which prompted New York Attorney General Letitia I am a crook James, to lead the lawsuit, arguing the ban created an existential threat to the wind industry. Okay, from what I understand, from what I've read, and like I said, I'm not the sharpest pencil in the box, but Trump just said, okay, no more federal subsidies, no more federal money. If you want to go on with the project, you can make it happen, but you're going to have to do it on your own. So he didn't really cancel the project, so to speak. More so, he just canceled the money going to the projects from the federal government, from the American taxpayer. I've often said it. I think intermittent and wind, solar, they have their place, and I was glad to see them come to Oklahoma, honestly. However, I don't feel like that the American taxpayers should have to subsidize that to make it happen. It's, I don't know. We'll wait and see how it all plays out. But Governor Stitt, he was just pointing the fickle finger of fate at the president, saying, hey, you're killing Oklahoma with this deal. I mean, Trump wasn't the one that made the Osage Nation sue the wind company that put the turbines on their property illegally to have to take those things down. That wasn't the Trump. So I'm mixed on this story. However, I just feel like that people need to be educated. Just don't take it at face value. Do some research on your own and find out what you think is right. And, it becomes harder and harder to find truisms in the media, online, or, it just publications or on the boob tube or whatever. I know it's difficult. It really is. And, but I think when it really boils down to it, what's your common sense denominator tell you? That gut feeling, is this right? Is this wrong? Which side of the coin are you on? I think that if you'll just use common sense when you look at it, you'll be able to make better informed decisions. We're at the bottom of the hour. I'm going to take another quick break. Be back with more of the Exploring Energy Monday edition right after this.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
Can I ask you a basic, somewhat obvious question? Energy, agriculture, gas, oil, beef. Is it possible to talk about one without talking about the other?
Not standing over a gas-operated flat top, I suppose, next to a bunch of gas-operated fryers.
Gas, and more gas. I live in California.
Yeah.
Maybe you've read somebody somewhere has waged a war on gas stoves.
I've heard that. I've heard that.
Thoughts?
In a nutshell, I prefer to cook on gas stoves.
There it is. It's official.
See their stories at oerb.com/micro.
Paul Jones Drug is Elk City's most experienced compounding pharmacy, meaning they can custom make your prescription medications to your doctor's specifications, safely and effectively providing you with exactly what you need. And for your convenience, Paul Jones Drug has a drive-through pickup window as well as curbside service for testing and vaccinations and offers free local delivery. Just a couple reasons you should choose Paul Jones Drug, 809 North Main Street in Elk City.
I'm Rodney Skinner with Paul Jones Drug, and I promise we provide care you can trust.
The holidays are just around the corner, and you've got a lot to look forward to. So this year, let's make sure the flu doesn't crash the party. Remember to get your flu shot, wash your hands, and practice good hygiene so you can enjoy cherished moments. Let's make this holiday season unforgettable for all the right reasons. Visit oklahoma.gov/health/fight-flu to find a flu shot clinic near you. Skip the flu, not the fun.
You got 5-6 tractors out there. You got a dozer, a traco, a grader, something like that. I mean, you go through a lot of oil in a season. I mean, you'll use a few hundred gallons in a season. So here at Camrock, we have the same specification oil as the other brand, where people think that they have to use that for a certain color on their tractors and stuff like that. But we have the same oil specifications as they do. Works just as well, does the same thing, lubes it just the same. Price comparison is, it's not even a comparison. We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil. They can come in and talk to us, see what they want, or give us a call, and we can come out, see what they have, fill their tanks, set them tanks. That's what we've done here in the past. We've converted a lot of farmers over to our brand, our house brand of motor diesel oil. The price savings it's huge for them. We sell it to oilfield companies also. They use it in frac pumps, and they're not happy, you know it, and it's working great for them.
Camrock is the name of the company. It's 2111 South Main, Elk City, south of Fred's Steakhouse.
The price savings it's huge for them.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you, too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
Catch me, Paragon News Director Jared Atha, with the latest local news at 5 p.m. every Monday through Friday. Presented by Mickey Lively, your Farm Bureau agent in Greer County.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
DCP Services, a diversified oilfield company offering the right services with the right people on the job. They have a roustabout division, a lease operators division, a wireline division with both braided and slick line options. And their DCP pump repair shop in Cordell continues to rebuild pumps to like new. You can find DCP Services on Facebook, or you can call Jeff Davis, 580-660-0501, 660-0501. Again, on behalf of the Davis family, wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas. American Hose and Supply, if you want to keep making money, your equipment and your machinery has to keep running. That's how it works. American Hose and Supply, they'll help you do that. American Hose and Supply, they have all kinds of hose. They can, custom build hoses to length, the pressure specifications, the right ends that you need. American Hose and Supply inside the Camrock building next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. Call 303-1123, 303-1123. That's American Hose and Supply. Go to those who know hose. And they're right next door to Fred's Steakhouse. Fred's has a full-service bar for your favorite cocktails, wine, specialty drinks, ice-cold beer. They'll host your private event, too, if you're looking for a place to have your Christmas party. And they're your destination for fresh USDA-graded beef ribeyes, New York strips, filet mignon, sirloins, hand-cut daily by their in-house butcher. Not to mention the famous $4.99 chicken fried steak served daily, hand-battered country gravy, house-made mashed potatoes, numerous side options, freshly baked rolls with your meal. Got 7 kinds of chicken. They got seafood. Maybe that's what you crave. Grilled or fried shrimp, grilled salmon. They also have freshwater catfish, fish tacos. Appetizers sure to please everyone. And you can cap off your dining experience with fresh in-house made desserts. Call now, 243-2100. Order online on the Chow Now app. Open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. That's Fred's Steakhouse right here in Elk City. Again, we are 10 days from Christmas Day, folks. It doesn't take long. Well, AAA predicts increased Christmas travel by Oklahomans. With the cheapest gasoline in the U.S., more Oklahomans will be hitting the road and the airways this Christmas traveling season. According to AAA, more than 1.1 million Oklahomans will be traveling during the holidays. That's up 0.7% from last year. Nearly 93% of them, or 1 million, will drive to their destinations. More than 49,000 Oklahomans will travel by air, while another nearly 33,000 will go on cruises or travel by train or bus. AAA projects 122.4 million Americans will travel at least 50 miles from home over the 13-day year-end holiday period beginning December 20th and ending the January 1st. This year's forecast is a 2.2% increase over 2024, surpassing last year's record of 119.7 million travelers. Year-end travel is a mix of family road trips, friendly getaways, and tropical vacations, said Stacy Barber, Vice President of AAA Travel. Holiday celebrations look different for everyone, but a common thread is the desire to travel, whether it's returning to your hometown or exploring new destinations. Year-end travelers by mode, AAA projects 109.5 million Americans will travel by car for their year-end trips. That's an increase of 2% compared to last year. Driving is the overwhelming favorite among all modes of transportation because it's convenient and low cost. This year, 89% of holiday travelers nationally will take road trips. Gas prices are lower compared to last holiday season when the national average was $3.04 per unleaded ethanol gasoline. In 2024, for the first time in 4 years, the national average dropped below $3 a gallon this month, and prices could continue dropping as 2025 comes to a close. According to AAA's fuel price tracker, as of December 10th, the average gas price in Oklahoma, $2.37 a gallon, which is the lowest in the nation. So yeah, that's some pretty good stuff right there. Lots of holiday travelers. There's no place like home for Christmas, I guess. Well, the Trump administration unlikely to finalize the 2026 biofuels quota by the end of this year. December 12th, the Trump administration is not expected to finalize its 2026 biofuel blending quotas before the end of this year, according to 3 sources familiar with the situation, extending uncertainty over a policy closely watched by the rival oil and agriculture sectors. See, this story puts the oil and gas against ag. That's not right. But anyway, for the sake of the story, the slowdown would throw one of the administration's most consequential energy policy choices into next year and folds the highly anticipated quotas into a growing cluster of interlocking decisions the White House is weighing on biofuels policy. Together, the moves have raised expectations the administration may look to strike a broader, albeit elusive, agreement between rival oil and agricultural interests. The Environmental Protection Agency, which administers biofuel policy, has scheduled meetings with stakeholders on the quota rule early next year. 2 sources told Reuters, a sign that the issue will be pushed into next year. The 3rd source also said the EPA's decision was unlikely to happen before the end of this year. The sources spoke about the matter on condition of anonymity, of course. The EPA told Reuters it was still reviewing public comments on the volume requirements and declined to offer any guidance on timing. The volume mandates are administered under the Renewable Fuel Standards Act, the federal program that mandates the blending of biofuels such as ethanol and biodiesel into the U.S. fuel supply. A delay in finalizing the mandates is important because the fuel makers, farmers, and commodity traders use them to lock in supply contracts, hedge volatile crop and energy markets, and justify investments in new production capacity. Without clarity on next year's quotas, companies say they are forced to hold back on deals and delay spending decisions that shape biofuel output and margins. So the White House is looking for common ground in this situation. You know, earlier this year, the EPA proposed raising total renewable fuel requirements for 2026, 2027, significantly increasing targets for advanced biofuels and biomass-based diesel targets while tightening rules on the use of imported biofuels. The EPA had initially been expected to finalize the proposal by the end of October. The quotas have increasingly been swept into a broader set of critical energy and agricultural policy decisions the administration is weighing in the coming weeks. These issues that appear separate on their own but could be linked as part of a wider bargain between rival oil and natural gas interests, the sources said. Those issues include legislative efforts to allow year-round sales of gasoline containing higher blends of ethanol, a proposal to penalize imported biofuels and feedstocks, and unresolved questions over whether or how larger refiners could be required to make up for gallons exempted from the Renewable Fuel Standards, the RFS. The White House has held several meetings in recent weeks with oil and ag groups in hopes of finding common ground. Asked whether these issues are becoming increasingly connected, the EPA said it's committed to strengthening America's energy security and supporting American farmers. Of course they are. Our American government's not going to be anti-farmer. They're not going to be anti-energy. They got to find common ground. Now, I think that there is a limit to this biofuels, especially with the engines that we have today. You know, they're starting, you know, they came out with the E10, and now they're wanting to go, they got the E15, now they're wanting to go to E20, E25, which basically means the amount of biofuels mixed in with your gasoline or your diesel. And it was to the point at one juncture where the auto manufacturer said, listen, if you're going to continue to do this, we're not going to be able to even warranty the motors that we're putting in these vehicles, in these new vehicles. So there's got to be a common ground. Now, I understand that if we're importing loads of biofuels, then that needs to be looked at as far as on the tariff side of things. But I also feel like that there's got to be a limit to what we put in our gasoline and diesel. It's my opinion. Like I said, I could be wrong, but it's something that the administration is weighing right now, because you got to look at both sides of the coin, and that's the one nice thing that I will have to say. Another nice thing I'll have to say about the Trump administration: they are using some common sense. They are using a situation that says, okay, how is this going to affect us? Who's this going to affect? How can we make it the best we can for the American people? And again, it's those two words, common sense. Yikes. We're needing more and more of that. Well, the ODOT Commission, the Highway 81 Chickasha bypass approved for $85 million. Highlights of the Oklahoma Transportation Commission's Monday, December 8th meeting include receiving an Industry Bridge Award, briefing on a job market study, and approving study improvements in Grady and Okmulgee counties. The Association of Oklahoma General Contractors presented the 2025 FARO Award to the Oklahoma Department of Transportation's District 5 in western Oklahoma. The nearly $19 million project was a bridge reconstruction project on I-40 and Airport Road in Weatherford. The award was shared with Frontier Bridge. The FARO Award is presented for the highest quality bridge structure in the state of Oklahoma in the past year. It was offered by the AOGC as a tribute to the FARO family of Henrietta, considered to be pioneers in the bridge construction industry. ODOT Executive Director Tim Gantz announced the implementation of a recent job market compensation study, which calls for an employee salary adjustment driven by the market force. The adjustment will move employee compensation levels toward a target of 90% of current market standards. The department is facing costly recruitment and retention issues, primarily driven by turnover and generational retirements. The cost of the department will be $8.8 million and will take effect in January of 2026. We've seen some pretty significant compensation gaps develop in our job classes, and these are for people that work on the road construction, specifically getting engineers and heavy equipment operators in the door and then retaining them long enough to be trained to advance in their respective job classes is extremely important. That's why we've got to continue to be diligent about consideration of pay and the true operational costs of losing highway-trained professional and skilled workers. I don't know about you, but boy, working out there on I-40 or any major thoroughfare with the crazy drivers that we have on the road right now, it's you better pay well. And that's the only way you're going to get people to come in here and do that. And, I was glad to see, the ODOT get that Pharaoh Award for the bridge over there at Weatherford. It's the one that has the jet planes on it. It's our diverging diamond interchange, our DDI that we got here in Elk City. That is a beautiful bridge. The one in Clinton is really nice too, and the one in Weatherford is really nice, and it goes right along with the Aerospace Museum that they have over there. So, congratulations to the ODOT in Western Oklahoma getting that Pharaoh Award. Justly so. I want to take a quick break. We'll be back. My lovely assistant has joined me here in the studio this morning, and we're going to have your weather forecast, energy stock prices, energy news in my briefs, and more in the mop-up segment of the Monday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show right after this.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
You know why people like going out to eat? It's a little treat for them. They get to leave the house and go somewhere else and have somebody else cook the food and serve it to them and clean up afterward. All you got to do is pay and leave.
I know a lady that makes it at Janice's Cafe. We go out there and eat all the time. You know why? It's not at home, and it's better than what we cook. One of my favorite things to eat at Janice's Cafe, the catfish. It's good. It's got the crispy breading. Oh, it's like they made it with love, with a little bit more love on top of it.
Bacon cheeseburger.
Best bacon cheeseburger in the business. Name another one.
Mushroom and Swiss.
Best mushroom burger there is ever. Janice's Cafe can make all those burgers for. Of course, they got burgers. They got the best burgers you can have.
Do you think more people drink sweet tea or unsweet tea?
Well, you know what I am.
Half and half.
Half sweet, half unsweet. Janice is located on the south side of Elk City, where you go into the movie theater, right there next to Arby's. You'll be able to find it because there's a big old sign up there that says Janice's Cafe.
Are you looking for the perfect place to call home this Christmas? Culverstone Homes in Elk City is here to make it happen. Step into a beautiful, energy-efficient home built for comfort, family, and lots of holiday memories. And if you need space for your toys, tools, or business, Cyclone Metal Buildings by Culverstone has you covered with durable, customizable buildings made to fit any lifestyle. Damon Culver and Terry Stone, along with their families and crew, would like to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Just when you thought the holidays couldn't get any better, this happens. Through New Year's Eve, Barbara Dyson Ford is offering 0% interest for 5 years on all 25 Escapes, 0% interest for 5 years on all 25 Explorers, 0% interest for 5 years on all 25 Transit vans, and 0% interest for 5 years on all F-150s and select Super Duties, and make no payments for 90 days. Finish the year in style at Barbara Dyson Ford in Elk City, online at barbadysonford.net.
This Christmas, be sure and visit Dameron Jewelers in downtown Elk City and enjoy savings throughout the store. You'll find Western Oklahoma's finest selection of diamonds, plus custom jewelry pieces, Fossil, Baby G, G-Shock, and Citizens men's and women's watches, unique gift ideas, and more. Holiday hours, they'll be open every Monday through Saturday after Thanksgiving through December 20th, and open Sunday, December 21st from 1 to 5, and Christmas Eve from 9 to 4. Remember, this holiday season, shop local, shop smart, shop Elk City, and shop Dameron Jewelers in downtown Elk City, where they're famous for diamonds.
Craving a real steak? Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City is firing up flavors 7 days a week. The grill is always hot and the steaks are always fresh. From juicy char-grilled ribeyes, fillets, and sirloins, To chicken fried steak, hearty burgers, seafood, and chicken, there's something for everyone. Don't forget the appetizers, salads, and desserts to top it off. Bring your appetite. We'll handle the rest. Dine in or order online now on the DoorDash app. It's more than just a steakhouse. It's Fred's.
Need a trip hopper, feed buggy, or cattle chute? Call Barnes Feed Service in Hobart, Oklahoma. 580-726-2120.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
This show brought to you in part by ASCO Equipment, 513 West 20th Street in Elk City. Equipment sales, you can talk to Bart Shields. Equipment rental, you can talk to E.J. Gredeman, and Jeremy Bridgman, the branch manager. Anybody there can help you out, actually. But if you're looking for heavy equipment for sale or rent in Oklahoma, ASCO is your source. Their new and pre-owned construction equipment fits your needs and your budget. ASCO sells equipment, rents equipment, provides parts and service for ag, construction, material handling, and mining equipment. 27 locations throughout Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico. They represent like Case Construction, Case IH, Caterpillar Lift Truck Line, Crown, Bobcat, Genie, Hitachi, Mitsubishi, Volvo, JLG, JCB, all the big stuff. And they've got 140 field service trucks that can come right to your location. They'll work on your equipment no matter where or when you bought it. 200 factory-trained certified technicians and $21 million worth of parts in stock. Call ASCO Equipment today, 323-3422, or online, ascoeq.com, or stop by 513 West 20th Street in Elk City. Tell them we sent you. Again, online, ascoeq.com, or call 323-3422, ASCO Equipment. If your power goes out at midnight, you can call Carter Electric. It's owned and operated by Kervin and Mary Orgain. They're the ones that help you see the light of day even at night, no matter what time of night or what day of the week. Want to make sure your power stays on regardless of the weather or whatever? Carter Electric is an authorized Generac generator dealer. They can size the generator you need, sell it to you, install it, come back and service it. A lot of electric work goes on overhead. Carter Electric has pole trucks and man lifts to get way up high if there's a problem up there. Licensed, insured, trusted. It's Carter Electric. Call them at 225-2447, 580-225-2447, providing you this hour's weather forecast and service of Carter Electric. Here's my lovely assistant. What do you got over there, TJ?
Today we are mostly sunny with a high near 52, south-southwest wind 14 to 18 miles per hour with gusts as high as 28. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 32, south wind 7 to 10 miles per hour. Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high near 62, south-southwest wind around 7 miles per hour. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 63, north wind 6 to 11 miles per hour, becoming south in the afternoon. Thursday, sunny with a high near 57. Friday, sunny with a high near 60. Saturday, sunny with a high near 73. And Sunday, sunny with a high near 60.
Did you say 73?
I did. Saturday. I'm looking forward to that one. I'm okay with it.
Holy guacamole.
That's my day.
That's shorts and thong weather, and I'm talking about the flip-flops. We called them thongs when I was a kid. It's weird. I tell my kids, hey, I had thongs. What? Oh, that's the new generation. A thong means something totally different. A thong gone wrong, I guess. Here we go. Energy news in my briefs. The Trump administration moves to reverse the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission's policy giving tribal nations veto power over proposed hydropower projects on their land. In 2024, 42 of the 50 states saw fewer solar installations last year than the year before, and there was an overall 39% decrease in capacity. This trend has continued into 2025, and with the Trump administration's determination to cut solar incentives, it is only getting harder for individual homeowners to install their own solar panels. A Utah company says it has unearthed a massive deposit of minerals critical for building electric vehicles, semiconductors, satellites, magnets, and more. Ionic Minerals Technology, or Ionic MT, found its Silicon Range mine is chock full of critical minerals and rare earth elements. Colorado regulators vote to delay approving a proposed 32-well oil and gas drilling project outside Denver and direct the developer to seek other sites following residents' opposition. A global industrial waste company that sought to open a recycling facility in a historic Kansas City, Kansas neighborhood withdrew its plans after organized opposition from environmental activists and community advocates. Reworld homed in the city's Armourdale neighborhood for its new processing facility. Sandia National Laboratories has brought a new supercomputer prototype named Spectra online this month, which is designed to test a completely new architecture for high-performance computing. This system could reshape advanced simulations critical for ensuring the reliability and safety of the U.S. nuclear stockpile. The Transportation Security Administration announced that a new labor framework it will be implementing starting January the 11th of next year, rescinding the 2024 collective bargaining agreement and other determinations. And Northern Arizona residents file a referendum aimed at reversing the Page City Council's decision to sell 500 acres for a proposed 1,000 megawatt data center and associated power generation. So, Arizona now in the fight against data centers. Some from around the world, a Russian Shahed kamikaze drone strike on a ship in the port of Konormysk was a retaliation for a recent spate of Ukrainian attacks on Russian oil tankers in the Black Sea. The Embry maritime security firm tells us the attack on the Turkish-owned Sinik T rolled-off cargo ship comes after Russian President Vladimir Putin warned he would cut Ukrainian off from the sea in response to Ukraine stepping up campaign against Russian commercial shipping. BP has brought online the Atlantis Drill Center, #1 expansion in the U.S. Gulf of America, marking the company's 7th major upstream project startup of 2025, and reinforcing its push to grow oil and gas production from core offshore assets. That's energy news in my briefs. What do you got over there as far as energy stock price? Are you going to give us good news?
No.
What?
Not today. No, it's mostly red.
TJ.
Hey, I don't.
Yeah, you just read it. Yeah, I know. You don't
Exactly.
determine it. Yeah.
American Electric Power is up $1.03, trading at $115.16. Apache is down 71 cents at $25.22. Baker Hughes is up 19 cents at $47.05. ConocoPhillips is down $1.48, trading at $94.07. Devon Energy is down 61 cents at $36.67. EOG Resources is down $2 at $106 even. Expand Energy is down $2.32, trading at $110.37. General Electric is up $3.43, trading at $303.30. Halliburton is down 18 cents at $28.44. Helmerich & Payne is down 40 cents at $29.03. Liberty Energy is down 17 cents at $19.08. Occidental Petroleum is down 64 cents, trading at $40.44. OG&E is up 12 cents, trading at $43.17. One Oak is down 70 cents at $72.89. Phillips 66 is down $1.65 at $139.68. Sandridge Energy is down 31 cents at $14.35. Schlumberger is down 31 cents at $39.15. And Williams Companies is down 82 cents, trading at $58.92.
Ooh. Well, still on the slide. West Texas Intermediate now trading down 38 cents to $57.06 a barrel. Brent crude oil on the ICE Futures Exchange down 34 cents, trading at $60.78. New York Mercantile Exchange natural gas down cents, trading at $4.02 per million BTU. Got some basketball, full week of high school basketball on ParagonTV.com coming up before the holiday break. Okay, here's what you can watch live on ParagonTV.com this week. Monday, it's Burns Flat, Dill City at Hammond, 6:30 p.m. That's tonight. Tomorrow night, Boone Apache at Merrick at 6 p.m. Canute at Arapahoe, Butler, 6:30 p.m. start time for that girls' game. Arnett at Leedy also at 6:30. Sharon Mutual at Eric at 6:30. Thursday, Duke at Canute at 6 p.m. Sentinel at Burns Flat, Dill City, 6:30 p.m. Thursday. Friday, it's Lakiba at Sentinel, 6:30 p.m. Arnett at Hammond at 6:30 p.m. Again, for low price of $9.99 a month, you can watch all 8 schools live or archived programming. Big Elks this week, Tuesday night. That's tomorrow. Childress Bobcats come to Elk City. The Elkettes tip it off at 6:30 p.m., followed by the Big Elks, 8 p.m. on BigElkTV.com. Then Thursday, December 18th, it's another home doubleheader as Weatherford visits Elk City. Girls play at 6:30, boys follow at 8. That's at the Pioneer Center. That's going to be Thursday night. And Friday, Big Elk TV will be on holiday break after Friday, and we'll return to live coverage on January the 6th. Woo, thanks for coming in this morning, TJ. Anybody that wants to do their company right for advertisement, well, making money, they can call you.
Mm-hmm.
That's
they sure
it.
Can.
On behalf of all of our great sponsors and TJ, I'm Shawn Wilson, wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas. Thanks again for listening. I promise we'll talk again. Have yourself a great day.
A school bus pulling up to a stop. That's what country sounds like. 96.5 KECO, Elk City.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. Police in Los Angeles are investigating the deaths of director and actor Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle.